You are not alone in your fight against the world. Sometimes, like I already said, we are most tempted through those who profess to be believers. If they can do this, so can I. But it's really important to understand that God can and does empathize with our struggles because he went through the same temptations that we do. If you recall, when Christ was baptized, he was immediately led into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. The devil takes him up onto a high mountain, and he shows him everything that would have been so appealing to you and I. He shows him mighty armies and power and honor and respect of all of the nations around the world. And what's so cunning about Satan is he comes at the moment of Christ's greatest weakness. He always slithers up onto the stage at the moment of our weakness and the moment of Christ's greatest weakness, when Christ is hungry and when Christ is alone. And he does the same to us. When we are lonely, he offers us marriage to an unbeliever. When we are poor, he offers us money through compromise. When we need to be doing ministry, that's immediately the time when he offers us a comfortable middle-class lifestyle with no burdens to carry. And so he thought he could catch Christ in his craftiness because he did it once, right? With the first Adam. And Christ responds. The Lion from the tribe of Judah says, "Begone, Satan, for it is written, you shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve." His allegiance belonged exclusively to the Father, and he knew that at that moment, the salvation of millions of people, including your salvation and my salvation, hung in the balance. Because he had to be a sinless sacrifice to atone for man. He stood his ground. He did not buckle. And if our Lord went through the agonies of those temptations and humiliation, the Son of God disrobed in front of everybody, in front of the whole public, humiliated, crucified on a cross. And if he bore the wrath of God as an atonement for our sin, what have we to do with loving this world? And I'm not talking about the people, I'm talking about the system. The same world that despised our Lord. The same world that shamed, that tried to humiliate our Lord, that hated him, that rejected him, that currently murders our brothers and sisters all around the world and hates them and hates us. The system of evil and corruption. Would we want to pattern ourselves after this system? Would we be so hard-hearted that we would spit into the face of our Lord and follow after this system? God help us place Christ first. And finally, I don't know everybody here, but if there are people here and you've been listening to this sermon, it is possible that you don't even belong in this conversation. That when I talk about the mercies of God, they mean nothing to you. You don't know what the mercies of God are. You haven't experienced the mercies of God. You look at the mercies of God that I talked about and you read even the book of Romans and they do nothing for you. They mean nothing to you. And you have no desire over sin, to fight sin. You like the world too much. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but your heart is dead. You are spiritually dead inside. For you has been reserved eternal darkness forever. And you have no part in the joys of Christianity that we enjoy. You are a stranger at the throne of grace. But if you have even some inclination, if something in your heart leaps and stirs and senses a desperate need and senses no power over sin but senses that it needs help, there is hope today. I cannot save you. Brother Dima cannot save you. The pastor cannot save you. We have the ability to share the gospel with you, but we can't save you. We can't make dead hearts live. We can't make blind people see. But we do know who can. It's the same one that met Paul, the persecutor of the church, the chief of sinners, on his road to Damascus with his heart set out on doing evil. and Christ saved him. So if Christ can save the Apostle Paul, he can save you today. Today is the day of salvation. Christ is the healer of souls. You need to come to him today.